video. Decided to stop recording there for a second. I figured I'd finish it on up here and show you what else I got. I use aquarium salt, API aquarium salt. Small dosage of this is actually good for all these guys. Like mollies especially, I've read on forums and stuff, especially like it. But you're supposed to use a 1 tablespoon for every 5 gallons. So it just equals out to 4 tablespoons for a 20-gallon tank. It does not evaporate out, and it is not filtered out, so you only do it when adding new water, not in top-offs, and you don't have to ever add it just as a maintenance or anything, because it stays in the water. You only have to add it to your new waters, to your new buckets. I got my buckets here, 2 buckets. This stuff is incredible. It's by Seachem, same people that make Prime and some other really good stuff. It's called Neutral Regulator. It's a powder. It's a water conditioner. This also technically removes chlorine, chloramine, or ammonia, but I don't use it for that. I use it to help maintain a steady, consistent pH of 7.0. The pH here in my apartment is a little bit low. It comes in at about 6. A little bit acidic for me. I know that fish can technically accommodate to just about any pH as long as it's consistent, but I like to keep a consistently neutral pH because every fish is within the range of a neutral pH. So, and since I have several different types of fish here, I don't have one type of fish in the tank that would prefer a specific pH, so I prefer to just keep it at 7 for all of them and keep it there consistently. So I add the neutral regulator, and every time I've tested it, have consistently come up with a 7.0 pH. I also have, because the neutral regulator just won't bring it up from 6 to 7. The neutral regulator alone just is not enough to bring up an entire point on the pH. I had to do something else. My pH, like I said, out of the tap is 6.0, possibly lower. I actually don't know if it's lower than 6.0 because that's the lowest the test kit reads. So I did get some crushed coral. I was actually having a problem getting the pH up to 7.0. This is Florida crushed coral here. Not sure the name of the company. It's good stuff. And I put about, let's see, I think I put about 2 cups in, mixed it in with the substrate, and actually brought the pH up to about 7.4. So I took about half a cup out and still used the neutral regulator to balance out any imperfections in it to maintain it at still 7.0. So that's how I have a consistent 7.0 pH. I use a combination of the neutral regulator by Seachem and crushed coral. And let's see, one final thing here. I have this. This is also by Seachem. Great company. It's called Flourish Jigger. Jigger. Calm down. Hey, stop that. It's my golden retriever mix. She likes to let us know if there's any noise at all outside. Isn't that right? Stop that. Okay. Flourish. Good stuff. It adds a lot of elements and nutrients and metals like magnesium and iron and stuff that are supposed to be beneficial for plants, help them grow in the aquarium. So and the plants have maintained, I've had the plants for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and they've done really well. So I feel like I have a pretty wide range of chemicals and supplements for an aquarium. You know, I think I have enough to maintain a healthy aquarium here. I also keep a little diary to just document whenever I add chemicals or whenever whenever I do a water change. I actually stocked this tank a little bit faster than I usually do. I guess I kind of got a little trigger happy on this one. Normally I usually, my first several tanks, I've always only done a couple of fish at a time, and waited and did it that way. But this one I kind of added a few more fish a little bit quicker than usual. So I've had to do a few more water changes than normal, and this one I actually had to do like a 60% one day because the ammonia was extremely high for an extended period of time and just would not, the nitro bacteria would just not grow for some reason. I don't know, it was taking forever. So I had to do a big water change just to bring it down a little bit, which was just up to 5. But that's it. So I think it's a pretty nice tank. I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you have any questions, or I really haven't made too many YouTube videos. This is actually the first one I've made with an aquarium. I know there's a lot of people out there that have aquariums and are part of the hobby, so if you see this and you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Have any comments, I'll also accept that as well. Anything you think maybe I should do differently, or anything I should add or take out, or any fish that you feel would be a good addition to this tank, just let me know. I'll take a look at the comments and post a little update on the tank. I'm also considering getting one more tank. This is just a 20 gallon. I kind of want to get possibly I was looking at a Beaufront 36 gallon, and possibly doing an African cichlid tank with that one. Considering getting that. I have another spot for a tank, either that one or possibly going even bigger and just doing another tropical tank, but with some different fish. I've always wanted to have some bala sharks, but I know you have to have at least a 55 gallon for them, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but I welcome any input. If you guys have any suggestions for chemicals you think that might be a better solution than what I'm currently using, or some food or supplies or filter. I thought about upgrading to a canister filter, possibly a Fluval, maybe like a 205 or a 206. Really, in reality, I really want to get that Fluval G3. I don't know if that'd be overkill for a tank this small. Kind of unnecessary. I don't think this is really too advanced of a tank for a filter like that. I think I would use that filter if I was really going. I maybe use that one on a 36 gallon cichlid tank if that's what I'm going to do next. But I've actually never used a canister filter before, so I'm open to doing that. Like I said, this is the 7th aquarium I've set up in the years that I've been doing this, so this one's just not too much. This is the first one I've had in this apartment. My other ones I've either sold or had a couple of them actually stolen from me, from a buddy of mine, so ex-buddy anyways. But yeah, there it is.